I think people expect that just because we're back on campus, everything is back to normal and we can all function at 100%. But I think it kind of ignores the fact that most of us were barely making it through before the pandemic.
So, what is it like being in person after being virtual for so long?
I actually took a gap year this past year. So for me, the biggest thing was like being back with all my friends, being social again. It kind of took me a little bit to get used to like talking to people I didn't really know, or like even seeing my friends again. It was weird, but it makes me want to be around people and be in class every day. So I don't know, something that I didn't really like before, I do like doing a lot now.
Coming from a Zoom environment, it was hard to like adjust fully to like the pace of Princeton. Like we're sophomores, so like we really have to get that experience as a freshman. So we're taking like our first quizzes, first tests in like our upper level classes freshman year. It's difficult.
It's exciting. Looking forward to seeing people all over campus, going to class in person, getting a lot more involved in actual in-person clubs and activities.
I've been with the team. I'm on the men's soccer team, and it's really fun to be in the mix right now. To be in classes and to be with the guys all the time, it's really fun.
It's overwhelming. There's so many people. Everything is happening so fast. Girl, I'm tired.
I would honestly say it's been pretty hard because, well, everything's in person, and even though we knew that coming into this year, there's some details that like having to actually walk to class, like waking up early and stuff like that, like that's actually pretty difficult. But also at the same time, I would also say it's been pretty fun because there's aspects of like the social life of college that I personally didn't get to experience my entire first year that I ended up experiencing this year and that I'm looking forward to experience more. So that aspect has been pretty fun.
What do you think about the considerations that professors gave students this past year? So having more PDF options, being kind of more laid back with assignments. And do you think that those expectations should carry over now that we're in person?
I think they were very accommodating last year, but I think they may have snatched them away a little bit too quickly this semester.
I definitely think that some departments are doing better than others.
After something tragic happened, that's what they did. They didn't get considerations based on the fact that we are virtual. Because I heard a lot of like opinions of like, oh, you guys have so much more time now that we're virtual, which resulted in like people getting more work. Which doesn't make sense because if I'm struggling with my mental, I definitely don't have time for more work.
They did a lot more focused on COVID prevention, which I understand, and that's the main goal, but they also need to keep in mind that we're all in a very hard place right now. Everybody has their own situations at home and their own health, and that's already a stressor. So to add school, that really, it was hard. It was hard to manage.
I think there are a lot of warning signs, like record high numbers of CPS appointments and a lot of students expressing how mentally and physically exhausted they felt. And a 2-day break really wasn't enough. And I think at the end, they took measures like the math department making finals optional or them extending reading period and dean's date.
I think the measures that they had to take at the end were kind of forced. And I do wish that they would continue those measures because it was very helpful to know that at the end of the day, I had a lot of options to end with. But the fact that their hand had to be forced was just really embarrassing.
As long as we're looking good and like the Instagram comments aren't putting too much hate, then they're not going to change anything.
The goal should be preventative measures in the first place rather than treatment. And if they just did a better job in the beginning, I don't think we would have had as hard a time and some of the tragedies that we witnessed.
What kind of new resolutions do you have for this school year?
Really focus on my social connections, really value the time I spend with people, my friends, new people I meet, just meeting new people in general, so that's pretty much it.
To get better at time management now that I'm able to actually go to clubs and hopefully when it opens up a little more, go to the street and stuff more.
My resolutions are to not put too much pressure on myself to do everything just because I'm back and also just because it's senior year so that I can actually have a good time and to spend time on things that are actually important to me and to not waste my energy on things that are not going to matter in 2, 3, 5, 10 years.
I know a lot of people are complaining about the whole mask mandate and wishing it wasn't there anymore. But I mean, I'm in my lecture halls and I hear people coughing all over the place.